change of venue, but as you can imagine, it's not a bad venue. We're going to use the ball today. If you don't have a ball like this, if you have a soft kind of beach ball, or don't use a really tough football. Also, if you need to and you don't have anything like this, you can use a block, or if all console, you can use a cushion. There'll be one or two others. I'll give you alternatives when we go through it. So we're going to start just onto our sides. Just going to keep the block to the side, and I'm bringing my ball in between the knees. Now I'm gently squeezing the ball automatically as I come up, and then gently releasing it as I come down. Thinking about my pelvic floor, breathing out, breathing in. I've had to lock the dog away because, as we all know from videos, dogs just like to kind of put their faces and their other ends in the middle of it. Now, nice little gentle movements. Breathing out, breathing in. This is also a really good exercise for post-pregnancy. Remember, if you just have the block, you can use cushions between your knees, squeezing, really connecting up through that pelvic floor, up through that core, keeping the ribs nice and calm. Now I'm going to just breathe out, bringing my arms back behind. I'm not letting my arms go so far back that it's creating an arch in the back. My back is nice and neutral. Breathing in, breathing out, and keeping my shoulders nice and relaxed. And again, breathing out, breathing in. So these two moves are more than okay for beginners, improvers, intermediate, and advanced. It'll be just a little bit of a warm-up for the last two, and post-pregnancy. Now we're going to bring both in, squeeze and release. You want to make sure that the back is peeling off the mat and you're laying it back down. I always like to think of Velcro. Some people use the imagery of a pearl necklace, and release back down. Now this one I'm going to stay up. I keep my hands and I'm going to small little pumps of the ball for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to hold it here, bring my hands back down. Remember, this is just maybe for intermediate and advanced. I'm going to extend one leg, keeping my hips nice and level. I'm going to squeeze again for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop back down, opposite leg, and again extend. See how I'm nice and level? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop that leg back down, rolling all the way back. I'm going to draw my knees into tabletop. Now, I'm going to keep it in tabletop, and again, you can keep it in tabletop. Remember, you can use your block, or you can just keep the head on the mat. I'm going to lift the head and chest up as I do my hundreds. Gentle little squeeze, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. Pause. I'm going to do a double squeeze. 1, 2, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause, double squeeze. You can leave out the squeezes if you want. In, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 30. Squeeze, squeeze, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Double squeeze, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 50. Pause, squeeze, squeeze, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Double squeeze, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 70. Double squeeze, 2, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 80. Double squeeze, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 90. Double squeeze, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Double squeeze. I'm getting distracted by the amazing sunset just to the right of me. I do apologise. I'm going to just leave this ball in front of me. My shoulders are nice and relaxed, and I'm going to come into my double leg stretch. I'm just going to tap, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Small little squeezes, squeeze. For 5. Keeping my shoulders nice and relaxed for 4. For 3. for 2, and 1, drawing back. I'm going to place the ball back in between the knees, lifting the head and chest. I'm going to do double leg stretch, extend and circle around, extend and circle around. Breathing out, I'm squeezing that ball around 30%. Come back in for 3, for 2, and 1, draw back in, and I'm going to roll all the way up, and I'm tucking that ball in just on my back, almost wedging it in. Now I'm nice and leaning back. Remember, I'm not letting my head come down first. I'm going to push. I'm pushing my lumbar spine, the lower back. Now I'm going to reach back. I'm slightly reaching, and I'm going to bounce up. Reach back, bounce up. Breathing out, breathing in. Maybe when the weather gets a little bit better, I'll be able to do this in the garden. It's just a little bit chilly at the moment. Just this evening. I'm going to go for 4, for 3. Now, this would only be okay for post-pregnancy if you make sure that you've no separation. I don't think anybody who was in my class at the time had, but just make sure you've no gap. For 2, you can always contact me if you need to just know how to do a home check. Last one. Now I'm going to roll down. Remember, if you've any low blood pressure or any problems here, you do not do this move. I'm just going to stretch back, reaching back, and slowly. Some of you can bring your hands down and just stretch back and come up. Now, I'm going to bring myself over onto my side. Now, again, if you have a big ball, you can do this exact same move. I just didn't grab my big ball because we don't have really enough space here between bikes and dogs and cats and everything. I left that in the studio and but you can actually have the big ball and you can do this exact same move on the big ball. This is a really nice stretch also for pregnancy. So I'm going to bring it just into kind of the thoracic spine, which is like the middle where your main body of ribs are. I'm placing it there and I'm coming down onto my elbow. Now, I'm bending my bottom leg and I'm just going to stretch over, and then as I come down, I'm reaching my leg. Now I'm leaning on my ball and I'm lifting off my ball, breathing out, breathing in. Now try not to let your hips roll back like that. You want to keep it nice and stretch and reach. Now, so much so that when I reach, I'm coming way up off my ball. You mightn't, it depends about the size of them. For 3, for 2, and 1, I'm going to draw the ball nearly ran away on me. And I'm just going to bring my ball back behind. It's going to be a nice little challenge for your hamstrings. I'm lowering and lift. Lower and lift. For 5, for 4, and again you can come down onto your arm, you can stay up on the elbow. Last one, and I'm going to hold it and I'm going to squeeze. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back up. I'm just going to bring the ball now in between my knees. Now again, you can do this if you're post-pregnancy, you can do it if you're pregnant. You can just stay up and keep squeezing. I'm going to come down a little bit, and immediately I'm in that nice C curve, I squeeze that ball. Now again, you can just hold it where you're squeezing. 10, 9, working those inner thighs. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come all the way up. Now you can repeat that, or if you want to challenge yourself a little bit, bring the feet up off the mat. Squeeze. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back down. Now I'm going to roll back again. I'm going to extend one leg. Squeeze, squeeze. If you're not comfortable about doing the progressions of this, you just stay with the first one and just keep continuing doing it. Bend, come back up. Rolling back down. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Squeezing with both legs. 4, 3, 2, 1. Last challenging one. I'm going to come back. I'm going to bring both legs. Now nice and drawn, not collapsed in. And I'm going to squeeze for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back down. I'm coming into that saw position. So remember, I'm just in that little V. If you need to bend the knees, do so. Remember, you want your back straight. I'm going to reach, come back, reach. Now I'm trying to keep my shoulders. I was scooping my shoulders a little bit. Remember, you're reaching from your lower back, not stretching from your shoulders. Reach, come back, breathing out. You're trying to make sure that that bum doesn't lift on the opposite side so that you stay plugged in. I'm going to do 2 more each side. Breathing out. Way more flexible on that side. Breathing out. 1 more each side. Breathing out. Breathing out. And we're going to just twist back onto their opposite side. So again, into that middle of the rib. If you want to tuck it in a little bit further, you can. And again, I'm just going to reach as I lift my rib cage up and then tap, squeeze. Reach, squeeze. So I'm feeling it just on the waist, on the legs. For 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Gonna scoop my ball, grab hold. Again, keeping my hips nice and level, just little lifts, almost like those hydrants. For 6, I'm making sure that I'm not dropping into my shoulder. For 4, for 3, for 2, holding it, squeeze, 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 squeeze. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come all the way up. Now I'm going to come forward this way so you'll be able to see what's happening with my legs. Now again, you can do this against the wall. If you have a soft ball, do it with a soft ball. You can do it with a block or you can do it with a few cushions. It's really, really nice with a few cushions or something. It's just looking there. So I'm rolling back, and remember, just I'll keep the mat there. I did hoover the floor before I did this video. It was a great excuse. Thank you. It mightn't have got hoovered otherwise. And I'm going to roll it in underneath my sit bone and bringing my legs up. Now you can see, hopefully, that my ankle, knee and hip are nice and line, and I'm really quite comfortable here. Now I'm going to bend. I'm not letting my knees come in. I'm bending so they're still above my hips. I'm opening, extending and closing. Bend, open, extend and close. Try and keep them in line. It just challenges balance and core a little bit. Make sure that if you're on that ball, you are comfortable. If you're not, do not do this with the ball. You can do this very easily with just your back on the mat. Now we're going to change directions. And extend, open, bend, extend, open, bend. I know there's a few of you who really like having the ball just underneath the lower back. I really think it's incredibly relaxing. Now last one. And you're going to just bring your legs up. Now keep them there, just flex and point. And especially for you guys who are in the front line, whether that be nurses, carers, shopkeepers, anybody who's really working all those shifts and keeping the country going. Fair play to you, thank you very much. But while the rest of us do sit at home, you're out there on your feet. So something like this is really good. I'm thinking about a few of you that are in my Friday morning running class. Shout out to all of you guys, but this is really nice. Now, you're just going to slide one leg down, and again, I'm just going to create a little bit of a bend. Now I'm at an angle. If you want to hold on to the ball, you can. I'm getting a nice stretch. You can hold this for as long as that's comfortable. I'm just going to hold it for a few more seconds. I have a child to cook dinner for. Extend, or the technical team, if they don't get their dinner, they could go on strike. Oh, this is a nice stretch this side. I'm very tight this side. I'll hold it a little bit longer. Now I'm going to extend, and you can just hold it here. You can just, remember, if you need to bend your knees, you can just, what I often tell clients is breathe in and let the ball take your weight. Like let all the troubles, all the stresses go into that ball. Now I'm going to bring my legs back down, and again, find that place where you're comfortable. You can open your knees, and again, if you find that you want to bring a block at this stage behind your head, you can, or a cushion, not when you have your head with your legs up, because you could just put a little bit of pressure on the neck or the head. Now again, if you're feeling particularly comfortable in this position and you want to go a little bit further, you can bring the legs out. And again, I need to just shimmy it a little bit so I get that nicer stretch, and you can just bring your arms out. Just opens up there. Just make sure that you're not catching at any point, that you're nice and comfortable. And I'm just going to come back out and just come in. So thank you everybody. I hope you're all safe and healthy. And as you can imagine, we're going to be doing these videos from home. So if you've any suggestions, please do leave a message down the end. And as my technical team keeps reminding me, give a thumbs up if you like this video, and subscribe.